Hello, everybody, and welcome to the official Season 3 premiere of Let's Play OpenRCT2 Tycoon 2, where today the season will actually get underway, with our first scenario of the season being Canyon Calamities, based off of, well, you guessed it, the Great Frickin' Canyon, and based in California. Our objective is to build a park on either side of this big, massive canyon. And we need to get 1,000 guests in the park by the end of year 3 to sustain the local town's population. Before we hit pause, let's take a look around. We have one big, massive roller coaster in the center. You have monster trucks there. Several stalls already set up. The obvious American flag as a centerpiece, and another roller coaster just off to the edge. I'm not a fan of the double wide paths, but I suppose what can you do? Am I right? So I suppose the first thing we have to do is just open everything up. This is a pay-for-entry park, so this will be a little weird at first. But at least we have a pretty decent soft guest count. There's our first guest right now, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I can't say that I'm a fan of the double wide paths here, but I suppose it's one of those things we're gonna have to work with. It was a pretty solid ride selection, so it's not like we're short on options. And it's already raining. Great. Yeah, for those of you who have not watched episode 0, as a reminder of how season 3 will work, we're doing scenarios from Corkscrew Follies and Wacky Worlds. And we are starting with the latter, Wacky Worlds. Partially because it's my first doing this RCT2 scenarios out back, partially just because I mostly grew up with Roller Tycoon 1 and mostly grew up with Roller Tycoon 2, with thinking Roller Tycoon 1 a little later. But in any case, I'm just gonna try my best to try to smooth out these double wide paths back down to the single wide. Just so that I guess I'll get lost, because heaven forbid to get lost in the park range, which is absolute crap. Okay, that path technically doesn't even go anywhere. that should make it a lot easier for guests to move about. Also makes my job easier because guests won't get lost playing. I hope, anyway. I might be putting too much hope into these guests' intelligence. But I'm at least trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I am sure about is the fact that we need to get the soft guest cap up to about 1,000 guests. Allow guests to get to the park. Naturally. Also, can I just point out something that annoys the hell out of me? That's not just picture here. Look at this path. It's not centered. What? Why did they make it like that? I bet people with OCD or ADHD would know what I mean. It just annoys the absolute hell out of people. And I don't blame them. But I at least fix that one side because I can't fix it on the other side because of the twist speed. I bet somebody in the comments is gonna be like, you're overreacting. And to that I say, yes, that might be overreacting, but I prefer to have things be reasonable. Game on drugs or something, because we can't really do a boat hire unless it's way down here, which is a ridiculous amount. I mean, I guess I could make a little pond, but that's gonna cost a lot of money. And I can't even do that anyway because it's forbidden by the local authorities. So why give me the boat hire if I can't even use it? That's my question. Why? It's like just why? That's all I do. It's just why? teams are employees Mechanical Martin and Andy. What kind of sales and marketing is that? We have our first unlock. Not terrible. About 2/3 of the way there. In case you're wondering what the Sakura drop is, it's another one of my special our teammate ones that I made a while back. Let's think. As you see, stats are pretty decent. It's only like 7. It's not gonna be the worst thing. Far from it. Have something. Pretty substantial practice. This gap is 3/4 of the way down. have something to say. Actually, if the game's gonna give me the option, we could utilize the other side of the canyon. Okay, so we at least have that. Yeah, that's why I was... Ish. Okay, apparently we can't do that. And as a reminder... Yeah. So, this was just doomed to fail. I do have an alternative idea, though. Not perfect, but it'll have to do. about this to get to one side and this to get back. But this is slightly right. Front is less when you get back. Alright. Our software scan was almost up to 1,000 now. And off the train goes. There we go. This point person runs out of funds. So now it's the hook. Right. Later we get up closer to the dome, and we unlock the mini golf. Earth might not be the most vibrant out there, but seeing as though we can't really build across the canyon, effectively, practically. Doesn't help that I made my job harder than but well, that's just typical shit right there. It's probably a weird spot to build a partline coaster, but it's probably not much of a choice. But that does get at least your soft gas count above 1,000. And in fairness, the second grain is actually passing. So simple would be fair. But this now is actually do this. And yes, we are approximately July, or at least somewhere. Very, very, very authorized. Sure enough, there it is. So that, my friends, is the end of our adventures here in the Grand Canyon. A bit more of a challenging starting scenario compared to some Forest Frontiers from seasons 1 and 2 and episode 0, but it definitely sells the premise pretty well. Well, going on a worldwide tour to take parks, build them up, and go for it. I am annoyed that we couldn't use the other side of the frickin' canyon, but, well, that's just how it goes. At least the Indians get to stay nice and safe. Or at least the Native Americans get to stay nice and safe without being disturbed, so, hey, I'll take it. In any case, that does conclude the very first episode of Season 3, but before we go, I do have a rather important and channel announcement. I will potentially be moving house, or just changing my living situation in general, sometime within the next couple of months. So if you see the uploads slow down like you have seen recently, over the next month or two, you'll know why. But as soon as I get into a new place, I do have some new equipment at the ready for improve matters. So this will wind up being a net positive in the grand scheme of things. In any case, enough of my rambling. Thank you all for watching. And here's to Season 3 not taking 4 years to complete. I will see you all in the next video, where we continue exploring the wacky worlds in front of us. In any case, ciao!